Emmalynn.
And I'm Jessica.
And we're back from being sick.
And on
being
a
mentally
trip.
sick.
All of the things. Just out of commission, we'll say.
Yeah. So we're here to do our October TBR. I have a lot of books in mind, and you do too. So we're going to pick 4 prompts, and then we're just going to pick 4 books. We really want to read so bad. I'm not going to not get to read them because I get a prompt that doesn't fit.
We don't want to be in TBR jail.
Yeah, and like, that's a waste of money.
Also, October only comes around once a year. I don't know if you know that or not.
I didn't, but thanks.
So, like, there's only 1 month that we have the opportunity for some of these books. Like, some of them just have to be read. They beg to be read in
end
October.
of August, September, and November are all fall.
Yes.
But I can't bring myself to read, like, horror books.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, like, all year round, but especially October. That's their time to shine. So I have to be able to do what I want to a certain extent. So, with that being said, would you like to go first?
Okay. Okay. Or 4, okay. A book that mentions Halloween. Okay.
Perfect.
Love it. Can't go wrong.
Okay, my first one. A book that takes place in the fall.
Oh my gosh. What a good one.
Oh, these are all like autumnal themed prompts, by the way. We made a collaboration of a bunch of like fall bingo we saw on Pinterest, and I just made a list.
Okay. They're kind of like all sticking together, but I rolled these up really good. It has a magic system. Okay, too easy. Again, wait, where'd my other one go?
It fell off. Okay. Wow, you really rolled these. A book by Stephen King.
Oh my gosh, what a good one!
As if I didn't already have one picked out that I was going to read no matter what, but now I can say I'm accomplishing something by reading it.
I'm afraid I'm getting more than one. A psychological thriller, bet.
Say less.
Yeah, I have so many lined up already.
Okay, number 3, supernatural creatures. I have actually one in mind for this, for sure. Maybe multiple options, but this is very doable.
Okay, last one.
Yes.
A book with a creepy cover. Okay. Got it.
My Stephen King book would be right It's kind of scary. Okay, my last one is a book that takes place in a school, and I have 2 that I'm between for this one.
Yeah.
This is very exciting. Now I'm like, do I keep going? Because all of them fit the books I already had.
Should we do one more? Should we?
Sure.
Why did it take so long? Wait,
do we do it?
Me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A book with dark academia vibes.
Okay, mine is a book with a leaf on the cover. Also, easy.
Oh,
easy,
there's
easy.
a really good one downstairs for that.
Okay, I'm sought. I'm ready. I'm excited.
After much deliberation and
it was the whole little
helping each other and shuffling around.
It was a little harder than I thought.
There's also lots of bookshelves to visit.
Yes.
Which is kind of a problem, but
it's not.
It's a good problem.
It's not. And by bookshelves, we mean also the library and Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay, I'll go first. So, I don't know if these are in the order that I drew them, but the book that I chose to read for a book with dark academia vibes is Anatomy, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. I also just got this digitally from Libby, So that's like the perfect pairing for me to be able to go read this during the day, that at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I just finished, spoiler, Stalking Jack the Ripper. So I was a little hesitant to pick this one up because I feel like it is going to be a little bit similar, but Emmalynn said she likes this one better.
Yeah, which might be controversial, but
I did enjoy it.
I'm extremely, I love that book.
I am very intrigued by this. I also appreciate the font size.
And it's only a duology. Stalking
Yes.
Jack the Ripper is 4 books, and each one they get bigger. So,
Yep, so Dark Academia vibes. Love story.
okay,
Or
in the
anatomy.
same realm, I have Set in a School. And I chose Tiny Pretty Things, which is a ballet school. I actually have 2 more books that I chose that were set in a school. But I've needed like a push to read this. I don't know why. I think it's just because I haven't really heard anyone talk about it. So I picked it for a prompt one so that I read it. But there's a show on Netflix and I really want to watch the show before it disappears or something. So I picked this. It's just about some ballerinas at Manhattan's most elite ballet school, and I believe they're just kind of all fighting for a soloist position, and it acts like there's a major mystery going on, so I don't know if it's like a scandal or if like someone's gonna die. I don't really know the range of crime that's being committed, but we'll find out.
A book that mentions Halloween. This was the struggle bus. But I couldn't find any books that I own that like I know off the top of my head talk about Halloween, with the exception of Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury, and I don't want to read that. Tried to read that. It was weird. But this is on the list for like best books to read during Halloween.
Well, I even looked up best Halloween. It was on Goodreads best
Yeah.
Halloween books. So I don't know what that
So
means.
I don't know. But this does,
It takes place in the fall.
yeah, well it takes place like all throughout the year, but there are entries from October. So but that is the Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I have not read anything by her. But I'm hoping with all of my heart that more than anything, this just gives me Caraval vibes. That's really all I'm asking for. I mean, the cover colors are the same, so that has to mean something.
I feel like it's just going to be the adult version.
Yeah. But this is just about a magical circus that appears without warning. Kind of similar to Caraval in that aspect. I don't know how people get invitations to it, or if it's just like it appears and so everyone knows that they can go. But I am really excited to read this. I do want to read The Starless Sea eventually, but this one I want to read more. So
Okay, my next book was a book by Stephen King. So we have a book by Stephen King, The Outsider. I've talked about this multiple times, so I'll be brief, but I've never read a Stephen King book. I was at the used bookstore and was just turning them around, and if it had a used sticker,
it was a contender.
I picked it up. I genuinely bought the cheapest one that wasn't the best quality because I have no expectations. I had no book by him that I really wanted to read. I just knew I wanted to read something, and I saw this book took place in Oklahoma, or from Oklahoma, so that piqued my interest. So we'll see.
And there's a show or a movie or something.
Oh,
Yeah. For a book with a creepy cover, I picked City of Ghosts by V.E. Schwab. I've read 2 other books by V.E. Schwab, Victoria Schwab, and I really liked them, and that was the Vicious duology. But I heard Desi talking about this series in her autumn starter kit, and I was like, that sounds like a fun time, not too scary, but like giving the vibes.
eerie.
Yeah. So this is about a girl who drowned, but she didn't die, but when she drowned and came back, she like crossed the veil, and so now she's able to see ghosts.
So it's like Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. And then her parents are like, for a living, they go around exploring haunted places.
The vibes
So-
are on point.
Yeah. and it's set in Edinburgh, and there's graveyards and castles and all of that kind of stuff. So
I feel like Gallant was really controversial for literally no reason, but I think you'd like it.
Probably.
I liked it.
I do want to
There's,
read.
like,
I do
pictures
want
in
to
it.
still read The Invisible Life of Betty LaRue, but
That's depressing. That's gonna be November.
yeah, true. Anyways,
Okay, my next one is, I can't remember why I picked this. A book with a leaf on the cover.
Gosh, the
And this is
font
covered
so
in
small. Are you
plants.
joking?
Yeah, this is my first cozy mystery. We will be cracking the spine. I got this for $4 at the used bookstore, which, like, respectfully,
It's in really good shape.
why do we still charge like $10 for these?
Or more.
I mean, the thing on the back says $8.99, which is fine. I wanted to read this last year, got it from the library once, never touched it, returned it. And then I saw Katie's reading talking about this, and she mentioned how, like, she doesn't usually love cozy mysteries because there's, like, nothing really keeping it going, which
Yeah,
I relate
plot.
to. I don't love just quote-unquote cozy books. I need a pretty big plot or at least some character development we're focusing on. But this has a mystery. Someone dies in this bed and breakfast, and it's like this girl and I think her 2 aunts. So that's kind of giving, like, I don't know, the cover is serving Practical Matter vibes.
Look, the spine has a frog.
Yeah, there's frogs all over. I just think it's going to be really cute. I'm excited. This is also a series, so maybe I'll read more of them.
Okay, for a psychological thriller, I decided to pick up this book. I just got at the library yesterday, but it's been on my TBR, like, mentally for a while. And that is Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl. I think is how you say her name. I read Night Film by her years ago, and I read it from the library. And then it was like one of those books that you read and you think about all the time because it was just so bizarre. Like, but in a good way. And then I found it somewhere used and I bought it and I plan to read it again. And I really would like Emmalynn to read it.
I will. I've been in a huge
It's giving
thriller
like
mood.
psychological thriller, Godfather, like it's just so good. So if you haven't read that, highly recommend. But I have not read anything else by her, and so I wanted to pick this one up. And she has a new book coming out in a couple months, I think. So I plan on getting that too. But this is about a girl that like goes out with her friends after graduation, and this guy shows up, and he tells them that they have to make a choice, that one of them has to die or all of them will die. And they have to make the decision unanimously. And so basically, I think they just keep reliving this day, kind of like Groundhog Day, over and over and over until a decision is made. I don't know, but I've seen like Goodread reviews of people I follow of this, and they're like, wow, that was like mentally twisty. So
It's a good length.
I am excited to read. This is YA. Actually,
I've picked that up multiple times, but I think it used to have a different cover.
It used to have a girl on the
I like
girl
the old cover more
on the front. But anyways, I think I could probably read this in like
a day if you had the time.
if I had the time. If I didn't have anything else to do, 2 days if I do. But I am excited to read this. She's an author that I would read just about anything she wrote based on the one book that I have read by her. So that's saying something.
Okay, my next book is for the prompt with like a supernatural creature. And this is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I just finished The 7 Year Slip last night and I loved it. I thought it was really great, totally worth the hype. I bought all her books almost at once because I just kept finding them used. Never had read any of them. I just bought them all because I feel like they're all so different. I don't know how you can just not like her as an author because all her romance books are so different. She's definitely not like a normal author. Anyways, this follows Florence Day, who is a ghostwriter, and one day she gets a call from her family that she needs to come back home and bury her dad because he passed away. And she hasn't been home in a decade. Her family also owns a funeral parlor. So it's like she's there for her dad's funeral. In the funeral parlor they own, she's a ghost writer. And outside the funeral parlor is a ghost. So I feel like her books are kind of campy, but they're like, they also always have like the most serious subjects going on. So it's a good time, a sad time. Highly recommend. So I hope this one's good, but yeah, I thought the ghost could fit the supernatural category for sure.
Okay, the last one for my prompts was she picked something that has a magical system, and I decided to pick this up. I've had it for way too long, and it's set unread, and that is The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo.
It's literally too gorgeous.
It is.
To be left
look
alone.
at the inside.
I feel like you bought this on like release day.
I did. And because of the sprayed edges.
Yes.
Also. But this does have a magic system in it. I mean, I'm assuming because our main character is like a maid for this estate. She has magical powers. The lady of the house finds out that she has magical powers, and then she wants to like use the maid's magical powers to like advance their family and like, I don't know, move them up in society and things like that. It's set during the Spanish Golden Age, which I think is really interesting. But yeah, I love Leigh Bardugo, as in I love Leigh Bardugo from Six of Crows. I didn't love Shadow and Bone situation. I haven't read Ninth House. But I'm hopeful that this is going to be as good as Six of Crows and not Shadow and Bone.
I think most people can agree on that.
So we'll see.
Okay, my last prompt was a book set in a school. No, it wasn't. It was originally that, and then I changed it. A book that takes place during the fall. Which school happens during the fall.
It does.
So that's why I was like, okay. And I feel like Prisoner of Azkaban, Chamber of Secrets, and Deathly Hallows give like the most fall vibes. Actually, I feel like Prisoner of Azkaban and Deathly Hallows are like spookier vibes, and the Chamber of Secrets is like fall. So I'm not specifically going to read this beast, but I'm going to read Prisoner of Azkaban. I've been on the whole list for like a month for the audiobook.
Have you checked recently?
No,
okay,
I didn't. I went ahead and got Goblet of Fire in hopes that that one wouldn't be out for months whenever I needed it. But I think I'm just going to read this physically or digitally because I'm tired of waiting for the audiobook, because I just really want to read this, and I want to try to read the whole series before the year ends, which I don't feel like is too ambitious because it's so enjoyable. But I'm very excited to read this. And
you shouldn't read it in that.
Yeah, we'll see. It depends where I'm at. This is, you can't like read.
If you're sitting in your bed with your little tray, it's fine.
Yeah, but like
you can't hold it. It's like a lap book or
I'll like do curls with it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have all of them in this either. Anyways, this is going to happen. And I'm very excited.
You heard it here, Phil.
Very excited to meet Sirius so he can.
Okay, I'm just really quickly. Do you want me to go through all of these really quickly?
Sure.
Okay. So the other 3 books I hope to get to in the month of October. First, another middle grade book, which is Seraphina and the Black Cloak. Both my girls have read this, and they both said it was really creepy. Now, they read it when they were little.
Literally like 11.
But what intrigues me about this book is it takes place on the Biltmore Estate, which is
I actually think I listened to the audiobook of it.
And so that's, I don't know, that's like really,
yes.
Yeah, she lives.
I literally have no memory of it except being like listening to the audiobook, probably on the way to visit family, and being like so creeped out.
And then children at the estate start disappearing.
Yeah.
So This is a series. I don't know how many books are in it.
I think there's 3.
But I got this digitally and the audiobook and the physical book. So I'm sure to be able
hates you.
to bust this out in no time.
The library.
Then, what I really want to read the most this month is The 13th Child by Erin A. Craig. This is just, like, you have to read this if you're going to read this in October. Like, it's about death. Hello. Like, what is more... There's ghosts, there's death. Like, what more do you need to know? But this daughter is the 13th child, and she is supposed to go, like, live with death and be raised by him or something. I don't really know, but I just know it's gonna be a good time. And then finally, this is not a library book. This is my book that I bought at the library sale, and that is Hour of the Witch by Chris Boljlian. How do you say that?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Anyways, this is set during the Salem witch trials, I'm pretty sure. Boston, 1662. There's a girl who is suspected of being a witch, and so she kind of has to flee and hide to keep herself from being part of the witch hunt. So, what more vibey to read than a book about Salem witch trials? I can't believe you're not reading a book about Salem witch trials.
I don't know of any.
Well, you can read this when I'm done. Okay, what do you got?
My books will start also with a middle grade. That's Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. This also takes place in like a magical school. Morgan was born on Eventide, which is considered the unluckiest day for any child to be born. And so her family like blames her for everything that goes wrong in their lives because she was born on that day. And then there's like some special day every year. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like they almost learn like their fate, these kids. And this guy shows up and sends her to this city called Nevermore, and she has to go through all these trials. There we go. I just explained the title. That's great. Okay, I have House of Roots and Ruin, which is the second book in the House of Salt and Sorrows duology series. I don't really know when she's starting or ending it. Also has sprayed edges. Also has beautiful end papers. A green.
Oh, I forgot to show what this one looks like. Can I do that really quickly?
But I'm not letting myself read The 13th Child until I read this.
Yes.
Because I literally had this and Small Favors. I got them on release day. I pre-ordered Small Favors.
I want to read that.
And so, like, good. You should. Anyways, I refuse to let myself read The 13th Child until I read this because I've had it for like a year. And people like this book. It's just so long. Like, I do not... Over 500 pages.
Yeah.
Let's just do a look-see for how long House of Salt and Sorrows is, okay?
This one has 480 something.
Okay, House of Salt and Sorrows, it says it's 400 pages. But I had the paperback, so it didn't feel that long to me. Anyways, I still feel like 500 pages is pretty big for a YA book, especially, but this follows one of the sisters in the 12 Dancing Princesses spin-off thing. Don't really remember what it's about more than that. I know it takes place, like, at some estate. Has to do with botany. Looks like a great time to me. I don't know why I've been ignoring it. It's so beautiful. And then I have 2 books, but kind of one. We'll see. I got this book a while ago. It's The Hunting Moon, which is the sequel to the book The Luminaries. I think is how you say it. So I'm gonna start this one. If I remember absolutely nothing, I might reread this, but I for sure want to read this. This kind of gives like villagey vibes, but there's like hunters, and they have to hunt these monsters in the woods so they stay alive. The only like really cheesy thing about this is like instead of for like family lines, every family is named after a day of the week. Their last day. So it's like the Wednesdays, the Thursdays, and those are almost like districts within the village, which is like a cool concept. But the names, when they're like, oh, the Sundays versus the Mondays, I'm like, this is the best you could come up with. That's a little
critique.
A small
one.
A little goofy, but whatever. So those are all the books I want to read. I think I will read all of them. I don't think I've ever been so confident in a TBR.
Yeah.
Because I've been sitting on them.
Especially because, like, when you start in some middle grade, I feel like it helps really boost your ego. Because you're like, I read that book so fast.
You have a good genre mix going on, I will say.
Thank you. Thank you. I tried.
You're welcome. I just feel like I've been sitting on all these books for months, waiting to read them.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's like
true.
I finally can.
Yeah.
There you go.
No time like the present. No time like October.
It's not October.
It's about to be.
But it's not the present because it's not October. Let us know what you're going to read this month. I'm so hyped. So hyped. Give me some more like darker book recommendations.
But not, I like spooky things, but I don't like.
I want something eerie. Like,
yeah,
I
not
can.
like exorcism.
No, like
kind of
I
thing.
can sleep at night, but like, should I? Not like I can't sleep.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe if you want. Yeah, so happy to be here.
In this moment, in this space. Okay. Bye.